MrBeast being a YouTuber genius for straight 10 minutes. I remember this moment like it was yesterday. I was just 19 years old when someone offered me $5,000 for a video. Now to most people that sounds like a sweet deal, but me, I told the guy, double it and I'll walk outside right now and give it all to a homeless person. He thought I was joking. I could hear it in his voice. No, you won't, he said, but I wasn't playing. I kept repeating, double it, trust me, just double it, and I'll make this video go viral. $10,000 looks so much better in a title than $5,000. I was literally pacing around my neighborhood for 3 hours on the phone, trying to convince him. I was passionate. I was determined. I told him, your app will do better. I promise. Just trust me. That's the kind of mindset you need to make it big on YouTube. Thinking ahead, knowing how the audience reacts, and going all in. A lot of creators think their videos are better than they actually are. That's the truth. And you know what makes it worse? Their friend group. Yup. If you're surrounded by people who never tell you the truth about your content, you'll never improve. You need honest, creative YouTubers in your circle. Friends who'll roast your bad videos, give you feedback, and help you level up in a positive way. Back when I was starting out, I found 4 other creators just as obsessed with YouTube as I was. 3 of us had dropped out of college, 1 dropped out of high school, another one just quit his job to chase this dream. None of us were famous. We were just small YouTubers full of crazy ideas. We made a pact to talk every day for 1,000 days straight. That's right. Every single day, we got on Skype not to chill, but to grind. We studied YouTube like our life depended on it. We analyzed viral videos. We tested thumbnails. We debated pacing and titles. I'd wake up, hop on a Skype call at 7 a.m., stay on till 10 p.m., sleep, and do it all over again. Hi friends, thank you so much for stopping by. Please support me by subscribing to my channel and don't forget to like and share this video. I truly appreciate you and love you all. One time, we literally collected 1,000 thumbnails to figure out if brightness affects click-through rate. That's how deep we went. Nerd level YouTube obsession. Here's the thing. Imagine you work 12 hours a day, every day for a full year. Just grinding solo. You make mistakes, you learn from them, you grow. Now picture this instead. You've got 4 other people doing the exact same thing, all hyper-focused like you. One makes a mistake, he teaches the others. Another one figures out a trick, he shares it. You're not growing alone, you're compounding each other's growth. After a year, you're not just 1 year better. You're basically 3 years ahead of someone who did it all alone. That's the power of collaboration with the right people. Now let's talk thumbnails. Yes, those tiny images can make or break your video. If no one clicks, no one watches. It's that simple. A lot of creators design thumbnails on big desktop screens, but forget how small they appear on phones. Most views come from mobile now. So if your thumbnail looks messy or unclear when it's tiny, you've already lost. We tested everything. Brightness, saturation, facial expressions, you name it. And here's what we learned. Clickbait is fine as long as you deliver. If we say, we filled the backyard with 100 million Orbeez, then yes, we really fill it with 100 million Orbeez. Your title and thumbnail set expectations. So in your video, you better match them and then exceed them. That's the formula. Match the hype, then blow their mind. And let me say something important. Every time you hear someone blame the algorithm, replace that word with audience. The algorithm didn't like that video. Nope, the audience didn't. If people only watch 90 seconds of your 10-minute video, why would YouTube push it? The algorithm is not against you, it's just showing what people actually enjoy. Even our worst videos taught us something. We study every failure, low retention, bad pacing, weak hook. It's all data we use to improve. Another thing people say, no one can replicate my style. Wrong. Yes, you can. It's not about being super unique. It's about consistency, clarity, and strategy. I had to master YouTube on my own before building a team. You can't lead a team if you don't understand what works. That's why I can confidently spend $4 million on a Squid Game video. I've studied this game for over a decade. I know when something will pop. But if you don't have that experience, you might lose millions because you guessed wrong. People ask me all the time, how did you go from nothing to this? Easy answer, every dollar I made, I put back into my videos. I never stopped. Month after month, year after year. Since I was 13, I don't think there's been a single waking hour when I haven't thought about YouTube. I'm that obsessed. I don't care about money. I don't care about fame. I just want to make the best videos on earth. And here's the real secret. The algorithm only reflects what people want, period. If you're blaming the system, maybe your content isn't good enough yet. And that's okay. Learn, adapt, improve. Oh, and here's a game changer. Most of the world doesn't speak English. Less than 10% do. That means 90% of people on earth can't understand your video unless it's dubbed or subtitled. When I realized that, I was like, wait, what? Now we dub our videos in other languages. Spanish, for example, and the guy who dubs my voice, he's the same guy who dubs Spider-Man in movies. No joke. That's why some fans say, why does MrBeast sound like Spider-Man? It's hilarious, but it works. Some of our international videos have 50 million plus views. That's not luck, that's strategy. What truly matters is this: your title and thumbnail must make people want to click, and your video must make them want to stay. That's your goal, every single upload. And trust me, viewers aren't dumb. They can tell when you put in real effort. They can feel it. And when you build that trust, they'll keep coming back. Not because of hype, but because they know you deliver. Let's be honest, most people won't click your video just because it exists. You have to give them a reason. And once they do click, your job is to keep them watching. That's where most creators fall short. See, I always say the two most important metrics on YouTube are click-through rate, how many people click your video when they see it, average view duration, how long people stay watching. If your click-through rate is high and your retention is strong, the YouTube algorithm is going to push your video hard. But again, don't say algorithm, think audience. If real people love your content, YouTube will notice. That's why we put so much effort into the first 30 seconds of every video. The beginning matters most. You need to grab attention immediately. Don't start slow, don't ramble. If your title is I filled my backyard with 100 million Orbeez, then the first line of your video better be, we're dumping 100 million Orbeez into this backyard. Not, hey guys, so today I woke up and got coffee and blah blah. No one cares. They'll click off before you even get started. You've got to match the expectation you set and then go bigger, over deliver. That's what gets people excited. That's what makes them trust your channel. That's what builds a loyal audience who clicks on every video you make, no matter the topic. Even if you're giving away $100,000 in a video, don't make it feel forced. We'll sometimes just casually say, here's 100 grand, and keep it moving. It's fun. It feels real. It's not just about shocking people, it's about building experiences they want to be part of. One of the best ways to keep people watching your videos is to create tension or a payoff at the end. Let's say you're doing a challenge video like 456 people standing in a circle, and the last one standing wins $456,000. The audience wants to know who wins, so they're going to stick around. That's smart retention. Also, never be afraid to cut out boring parts. If a section doesn't move the story forward, delete it. Keep it tight. Keep it flowing. You know how I learned all this? I literally spent years looking at audience retention graphs in YouTube Analytics. That little chart that shows where people stopped watching, goldmine. I'd go through 50 videos, find the exact second where people dropped off, and write down why. Did I talk too long? Was the scene too slow? Was it just plain boring? Once I spotted the pattern, I never made those mistakes again. If you're serious about being a successful YouTuber, study your retention, obsess over it. It's the real feedback you need. And if you're new and don't know where to start, that's okay too. Here's the truth, everyone starts somewhere. If your early videos suck, that's normal. Mine did too. But every single one taught me something. You're not supposed to be perfect at the beginning. You just have to be consistent. Upload, learn, improve, repeat. The big question is, are you coachable? Can you take feedback? Can you look at a bad video and say, okay, where did I mess up and how do I fix it? If you can do that, you'll grow. Another tip, don't get stuck on myths and bad advice. You'll hear things like, you have to post at midnight on Wednesdays or your video won't perform. Total nonsense. YouTube is not magic. It's not luck. It's a system based on viewer behavior. That's it. Let me share something personal with you. For most of my early YouTube career, I didn't care about living in a fancy house or driving a nice car. In fact, I lived in a tiny duplex that cost about $700 a month. I shared it with a roommate, so I was only paying $360. People thought I was crazy. You're MrBeast, why not upgrade? But I didn't care about flexing. I was investing everything back into my videos. That's what mattered most. Funny enough, I learned why most famous people don't live in small places. I got robbed. Someone broke into my house and stole all my stuff. So yeah, I had to move to a safer place, but it wasn't about status. It was just about security. That mindset, putting your mission above material things, is key. A lot of creators get distracted chasing luxury, nicer cars, bigger apartments, designer clothes. But here's the truth. If you want to grow on YouTube, the only thing that deserves your attention is your content. Are you making the best videos possible? Are you outworking everyone else? Are you thinking long term? If not, no fancy lifestyle will fix that. People sometimes ask me, can you really chase views and still have fun? Absolutely. We do it every day. Chasing views doesn't mean selling your soul. It means packaging the fun in a way that grabs attention. You can enjoy what you do and still be smart about titles, thumbnails, pacing, and story. If your video doesn't feel fun to make, your viewers will sense that. And here's the brutal truth. If you don't love it, you'll burn out. YouTube is not a quick game. It's a long journey. Years, not months. That's why you've got to find what excites you, what you're obsessed with, then go all in. I was lucky. I found my passion early. Most people discover what they love in their 20s, so they don't hit their prime until their 30s or later. Me, I started when I was 13. That gave me a head start. But even if you're starting late, it's not too late. You've just got to be willing to put in the time. If you're 27 right now and you commit the next 10 years to learning, growing and uploading, you'll still be ahead of most people. People try to find shortcuts or secret formulas, but the truth is simple. Make content people love and they'll keep watching. Make better videos and everything else will follow. Let's go back to the early days. When I had 0 subscribers, I used to reply to every single comment on my videos. And guess what? People noticed. They'd comment things like, I bet MrBeast replies to this in 10 minutes. That created a loop. The more comments I got, the more people came back to see my replies, and the more the video got boosted. Simple interaction, big results. So if you're just starting out, try replying to your first 100 comments. Make people feel seen. Build that community. Here's another trick. Make your videos feel personal. Look directly at the camera. Talk to the viewer like you're FaceTiming a friend. Hey, I want to show you something insane today. Not hey guys or welcome back. Just talk like you're one-on-one. People connect with that. This builds a deeper bond between you and your audience. It makes them want to stick around longer and come back for the next upload. And this might sound weird, but I watch YouTube as a fan. I try to see it the way the average viewer sees it. I ask myself, would I click on this thumbnail? Would I care about this video? Does the first minute make me want to watch the next 9? If the answer is no, I go back and fix it. That mindset of constantly putting yourself in the audience's shoes is what makes the difference. Also, don't underestimate how much time and work goes into each video. Sometimes we film for 4 straight days, 10 hours a day. That's 40 hours of filming plus months of planning beforehand. Most people don't see that. They just see a 12-minute video and think it was quick and easy, but we brainstorm for hours every single day. What's trending? What's unexpected? What would you watch if you were scrolling at 2 a.m.? That level of thinking sets you apart. That's how you become one of the best creators in the world. Here's something that took me a while to realize. Viewers can tell when you cut corners. They know when you just threw something together to meet a deadline, and they know when you put your heart and soul into something. That effort builds trust. Once viewers trust you, they'll click anything you upload. They won't even need to know the topic. They'll just say, "Oh, a new MrBeast video? Gotta watch." And that's the dream. That's when you stop chasing views and start building momentum. Let's talk about obsession. I don't say that word lightly. I mean full-blown, 24/7, can't stop thinking about it kind of obsession. Since I was a teenager, there hasn't been a single hour that I've been awake where I haven't thought about YouTube. That's not an exaggeration. It's always on my mind. Every idea, every edit, every click, it all matters to me. I'm constantly thinking, how can I improve this? What would make this go viral? What would make someone click and stay? And the truth is, if you want to be great at anything, that's the kind of mindset you need. Let me make something clear. I'm not driven by money. I'm driven by impact. Yes, we spend millions on videos now, but that's because I want to make something unforgettable. Every dollar I make, I put back into the next video over and over. And that's how we've grown. Not because we cut costs, but because we raised the bar. Here's another tip that people overlook. Dub your content. YouTube is global. Only 10% of the world speaks English. That means 90% of people can't even understand your video unless you translate it. We only started dubbing our videos into other languages like Spanish about 6 months ago, and it exploded. One of our Spanish videos got over 50 million views just from dubbing. And the guy who does my Spanish voice, he's the same voice actor who dubs Spider-Man in movies. So yeah, some people literally think I'm Spider-Man. It's hilarious, but also brilliant. If you're not reaching other languages, you're missing out on billions of potential views. Let's zoom in on what really matters. Click-through rate and retention. If people click your video and watch all the way through, YouTube will recommend it like crazy. But there's a myth that click-through rate is just about your title and thumbnail. That's only part of it. What also boosts it is how much your previous video was enjoyed. If someone watched one of your videos and loved it, they're more likely to click your next one, even before they know what it's about. So yes, your titles and thumbnails matter a ton, but your content, the actual watching experience, is what turns casual viewers into loyal subscribers. Now let's break down some filming realities. Most people film for a few hours and edit for a day, not us. Sometimes we spend months planning a video, then we shoot for 30-40 hours across multiple days. Why? Because we want it to feel like a blockbuster movie, not just another YouTube upload. Even after filming, we'll spend hours going over every edit, every transition, every sound cue, just to make sure it's perfect. That kind of dedication makes a difference. We also brainstorm ideas constantly. Some days, we'll spend 6-8 hours just coming up with one concept. No cameras, no filming, just thinking. What's never been done? What would make someone say, wow? What would someone want to share with a friend? That's the stuff that separates good videos from legendary ones. If your idea isn't exciting on paper, it won't be exciting on screen. So take the time to brainstorm. Write down everything. Test wild ideas. Then chase the one that gets you hyped. Because if it gets you excited, it'll get others excited too. Let's say it straight. Viewers are smart. They know when you're mailing it in. They know when you're recycling content. They know when it's lazy. But they also know when you're grinding, when you're going all out, when you're trying something bold. That's what builds trust. Once people trust that you always bring your A game, they'll click before they even read the title. And that is when your channel goes from big to unstoppable. So let's talk about what it really takes to make a hit YouTube video. People think if they just upload more often, they'll grow faster, but that's not always true. I'd rather spend 3 months on one incredible video than post 30 average ones. Why? Because it's actually easier to get 5 million views on one amazing video than it is to get 50,000 views on 100 average ones. One viral video can change your life, and the effort you put into making something great will always beat the volume game. This is where most creators go wrong. They rush uploads just to stay active. But the audience doesn't care how often you upload. They care about how good your video is. Quality over quantity every time. Now, back when I was just starting out, I didn't have a team or a big budget, but I did have time. And I used that time wisely. I would sit down and reply to every single comment on my videos. Every single one. That helped me connect with my audience. And it gave people a reason to keep coming back. Some viewers even started commenting just to test me. I wonder if MrBeast will reply to this. And sure enough, I would. That created a sense of community, and it told people, hey, I see you, I care. That's something small creators can still do today. Engage with your viewers, build real relationships. Let's move on to analytics, one of the most powerful tools YouTubers have but hardly use properly. I'm talking about audience retention charts. These are like cheat codes. Every video has a graph that shows where people click off. If you see a big drop at 30 seconds, figure out why. Were you rambling? Did you go off topic? Did the energy drop? Whatever the reason, fix it. Now repeat that process for your last 10 or 20 videos. Look for patterns, find your weak spots, improve them. Do this consistently and your videos will get better fast. And here's a tip for improving retention. Create structure. Make your videos feel like a journey. Start with a hook. Set a clear goal. Introduce a problem. Create tension. Deliver a satisfying payoff. That's how you keep people watching until the end. Think of your video like a movie. Don't waste time on scenes that don't matter. Don't drag. Don't over-explain. Keep the pacing tight. Also use cutaways, sound effects, and on-screen visuals to keep things moving. Nobody wants to watch a talking head for 60 seconds straight unless you're saying something really compelling. Visual variety equals longer watch time. Another way to keep people watching is to tease what's coming later. Say things like, wait until you see what happens at the end. Trust me, this gets crazy in 5 minutes. That gives viewers a reason to stick around. But, and this is important, actually deliver on those promises. If you tease a surprise at the end, then don't reveal it halfway through. If you say something wild is coming, it better be worth the wait. Build trust by giving people what they came for. Let's switch gears to idea generation. This is where most creators hit a wall. They say, I don't know what to make next. Here's what I do. Every day I spend time just thinking. No phone, no distractions, just brainstorming. Sometimes I'll write down 100 video ideas, even if 99 of them are bad. But that one good one, that could be the next viral hit. Keep a running list of ideas. Pay attention to what's trending. Ask yourself, what are people excited about right now? What are creators not doing that I could do? What's a video I'd drop everything to watch? When you find those answers, you've got gold. Also, stop thinking about what you want to upload and start thinking about what your audience wants to see. This one shift changes everything. I don't just say, I feel like doing this. I ask, will people click this? Will they care? That mindset helps you make smarter choices. Because the truth is, views come from value. The more value you give your audience, whether it's entertainment, information, or pure shock, the more they'll reward you with views, likes, shares, and loyalty. Let's not forget about momentum. Once a viewer likes one of your videos, they're way more likely to watch your next one. That's why I always think long term. I'm not just making a video, I'm building trust, a track record, a reputation for delivering every single time. That way, even if my title or thumbnail isn't perfect, people still click because they believe in me. That trust is earned, not given, and it's one of the most powerful assets a YouTuber can build. And here's something I've said before, but I'll say again: the algorithm is not your enemy. The audience is the algorithm. People act like the algorithm is some magical beast, but really it's just a reflection of what viewers like, love, and ignore. If people watch your video all the way through, like it, share it, and comment on it, YouTube will push it. If they don't, it won't. So stop trying to beat the algorithm. Start trying to understand your audience. Once you win over the viewers, YouTube will take care of the rest. Now let's talk about energy. You've got to feel your own video. If you're bored while editing it, guess what? The viewers will be bored too. Bring the hype. Cut out the fluff. Keep the momentum high. Add fun music, exciting visuals, unexpected turns, and most of all, show passion. If you're excited, they'll be excited. If you're serious about building a YouTube channel, let that energy shine in every frame. Also, don't be afraid to take risks. Some of our biggest videos came from crazy ideas we almost didn't do. Squid Game in real life could have been a disaster. It was expensive, it was complex, it had 1,000 moving parts, but we believed in it, we trusted the idea, we trusted the team, we trusted the process, and it paid off. Big time. Sometimes you just have to trust your gut. If it feels exciting and scary and ambitious, that's probably the one you should do. Now let's break down one of the most important parts of YouTube success: your team. A lot of creators try to do everything alone, and while that works in the beginning, it's not how you scale. I didn't build this channel to 200 million subscribers by myself. I have an incredible team: editors, writers, idea guys, thumbnail designers, producers, managers, and more. Each one of them helps bring the vision to life, and when we all work together with the same goal to make the best video ever, magic happens. You don't have to hire a big team on day one, but as you grow, invest in people, train them, trust them, build with them, because a powerful team doesn't just help you grow faster, it helps you grow better. Let's talk about thumbnails. Most people spend 10 hours filming, 15 hours editing, and 5 minutes making the thumbnail. That's backwards. The thumbnail and title are the gateway to your video. If they're not amazing, nobody clicks, no matter how good the video is. So I asked myself, would I click this? Is this clear at a glance? Does it make you feel something? Can a stranger understand it in 1 second? I might make 20 thumbnail versions before choosing the right one. I'll test it with friends, my team, even fans. I care about getting it right, because one good thumbnail can mean millions more views. Seriously, the click-through rate is like your first impression. Make it count. Same goes for your titles. Don't be vague. Don't be boring. Use strong words, big emotions, urgency. Say what's happening without giving everything away. For example, instead of saying, "We did a fun challenge," say, "I gave my brother 100 challenges in 24 hours. If he wins, he gets $1,000. That kind of title sparks curiosity. It gives context, it tells a story, and it promises something wild. That's what makes people click. Let's talk about something else creators forget: the power of pacing. Watch your favorite MrBeast video. There's hardly a dull moment. The energy stays up. Something's always happening. That's not by accident. We cut out every boring part. We plan out shots to keep things dynamic. We move fast. You should never go more than 10 seconds without something changing on screen. That could be a new camera angle, a text overlay, a visual effect, a joke, or a new challenge. If you keep it moving, people keep watching. And the longer they watch, the more YouTube pushes it. Now, let's talk about experimentation. One of the biggest reasons I've grown is because I constantly test new things, new formats, new video structures, new giveaway ideas, new challenges. Not everything works, some videos flop. But that's part of the process. Every failure teaches you something. You learn what your audience wants, you learn what doesn't work, and you get better faster. The worst thing you can do on YouTube is play it safe forever. If you want different results, try different things. Even one small tweak, a better opening line, a new thumbnail color, a different music vibe can change your results. Always be testing. And here's another secret. You don't need a niche to win. Yes, some channels grow by sticking to one topic, but that's not the only way. I've done gaming videos, challenge videos, giveaways, vlogs, reactions, pranks, survival content, social experiments, and more. What connects them all? They're entertaining. They give the viewer something to feel: excitement, suspense, joy, curiosity. If you can entertain people, you can make almost any type of video work. So don't box yourself in. Just make sure every video is something people can't stop watching. Here's something that changed the game for me: studying the greats. I watched every top creator: Casey Neistat, PewDiePie, Mark Robber, Logan Paul, Dude Perfect, and more. I paused their videos, rewatched key parts, asked myself, why did this video go viral? Why does this moment feel exciting? What makes this idea different? Then I took what I learned and added my own twist. That's how you grow faster, by learning from those ahead of you, not copying, understanding. There's a difference. Let's talk money real quick. Yes, I give away a lot of money in my videos, but it's all calculated. I don't throw money just to flex. I use it to tell stories. If this person wins the challenge, they change their life. That adds stakes, tension, heart. It makes you care about the outcome. Whether it's $1,000 or $1,000, money becomes a tool to hook the viewer and build emotional payoff. And yes, I reinvest almost everything back into the channel, because the bigger the production, the bigger the reaction, the bigger the view count. It's all connected. Let's not forget the most underrated part of being a YouTuber: grit. I've been doing this since I was 11 years old. For years, nobody watched, nobody cared, but I kept going, I kept learning, I kept pushing. Why? Because I loved it. That's what gets you through the hard times, the obsession. You have to want it so badly that you'll outlast everyone else, not for fame, not for money, but because you believe in it. At the end of the day, the real secret isn't thumbnails, editing, or SEO. It's this: make videos that people want to watch, and never stop trying to make the next one even better. That mindset alone will take you farther than you ever imagined. Let's wrap this up by going deep into what truly makes a YouTube genius. Mindset. Being a YouTuber isn't just about creating videos, it's about mastering your thinking, your mindset. The truth is, YouTube is hard. It takes months or even years before anything clicks, and most people quit too soon. But I didn't, not because I was better, but because I made a decision early on. No matter what happens, I'm not giving up. That's the real secret. I remember sitting in my room editing for 10 hours straight on a laptop that could barely run software. My friends were out hanging, and I was rewatching a single 10-minute video for the 40th time. Why? Because I cared about every detail. Even when I had 1 subscriber, I made every video like it was going to be watched by millions. That attitude is what built the channel. You don't wait for success to give your best. You give your best before success comes. That's what attracts the success. Here's another key: fall in love with the process. If you're only chasing views or money, you'll burn out fast. But if you fall in love with writing, filming, editing, storytelling, then you'll outlast everyone. Because while others quit when the numbers drop, you keep going. While others wait for motivation, you rely on discipline. That's the long game. That's how legends are made. Let me say this too: don't be afraid to be different. Some of my biggest videos came from weird, crazy, random ideas that most people wouldn't even try. I gave my 100 millionth subscriber a private island. I stayed in a haunted house for 24 hours. I opened the world's largest free store. They sound wild because they are, but they work because nobody else was doing them. In a world where everyone copies each other, originality wins. So don't just follow trends, start them. Let's talk about something personal, giving. A lot of people think I give away money just to go viral, but honestly, I just love helping people. There's no better feeling than changing someone's life on camera and letting the world feel it with you. I've seen people cry, scream, break down in joy because of one moment they never saw coming. That's not just good content, that's impact. If you can mix entertainment with real-world kindness, you'll create something that lasts far beyond YouTube. Let's talk about legacy. At some point, YouTube won't be about views for you anymore. It'll be about what you're building. Are you building a community, a movement, a message that outlives the videos? My goal isn't just to be the biggest YouTuber. I want to be the most impactful. I want to build schools, feed communities, save lives, change millions. That's where this is heading. So if you're serious about YouTube, don't just think about today's video, think about the story you're telling over the next 10 years. Here's a quick checklist for success. Make every second of your video count. Spend serious time on your thumbnail and title. Always improve. Every single upload. Reinvest into your channel. Study what's working. Build a team you trust. Stay obsessed with quality. Be generous. Be original, never quit. If you do those 10 things, you'll be shocked how far you can go. One last story. When I hit my first 1,000 subscribers, I cried. Not because it was a big number, but because I knew it meant something was finally working. I could feel it. If you're watching this right now and you only have 50 subscribers, or maybe 5, that's your foundation. That's where the magic starts. Don't wait until you're big to take it seriously. Take it seriously now and watch how fast things change. To anyone still grinding, still doubting, still wondering if this YouTube thing is even worth it, yes, it is, but you have to commit. You have to go all in. Don't make content just to post. Make content that makes people feel. Make videos you're proud to watch again and again, and always ask yourself, if I wasn't me, would I click this? Would I watch this all the way through? Would I want to see more? If the answer is yes, you're on the right path. In the end, I'm just a kid from North Carolina who loved videos, but I became something more because I never stopped. And you can do the same. If you give it your all, if you keep learning, if you never settle, you might just become the next YouTube genius, just like I did. So go, make something great. Your audience is waiting. And remember, the algorithm loves a genius who never gives up.